We're gonna have a banger episode today.
So I'll say this. Going into this joint, I was expecting greatness.
I didn't really like it.
Mm.
I loved it.
Oh, he faked me out. Still excited because I knew we was getting into some peak. I think that there were moments where this movie was literally jaw-dropping. It goes without saying that this is like some of the best animation you're gonna see.
Bro, the aura farming in the Zenitsu fight was crazy. Like the angles, the camera angles for anime, I was like, yo.
Zenitsu has a whole new demeanor now. After his secret training. It was good. His secret training. That's why y'all gotta watch the video.
I was like, bro, my eyes, this is so beautiful. Like this is a boss battle right here.
But like I just don't see a vision of like how they win this.
Yeah.
And that's good. I think that's good.
Yeah,
like,
I think it's good.
For as much as like this kind of, humanizing of demons and stuff like that is in Demon Slayer's DNA, I feel like it hurts the overall narrative sometimes when, they kind of let it take over a little bit. Even though they do it well, it's still kind of, I'll say, distracting from the slicing and dicing that I came to see. And I'm not saying two wrongs make them right, but it's like you don't went right so many times, you might not be able to go back left. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying nobody can't be redeemed.
I'm gonna let that one cook for a little bit. I might be in the comment section later and be like, oh no, he was cooking there, but I didn't know what he was saying.
What's going on? Another week, another geek. We're back at it with another episode of the Why I'm Geek show with your homies AJ and ChrisyLite. This is episode 199. Second to last episode of this season, and what better way to start off without talking about some Demon Slayer. But before we get into the new movie, Chris, how you feeling today, Brody?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Excited to talk about this one. I can't believe we're already about to hit that 2-0, but 2-0-0. But we're at 199. We're gonna have a banger episode today. How you doing, G?
I'm great. Victory Tuesday. Even though it's Monday.
Yo, he's in the whole thing.
We're back.
There's some dust off that.
I can only trust in 4. That's it. Just 4. That's all I got, bro. That's all I got right now. But other than that, bro, I'm good. I got some questions. I got some thoughts, and I got some predictions. So
got a spicy podcast today.
We gonna see. We might just all be in alignment, You never know. But first things first, Chris. We always gotta start off giving a little bit of context, bro. What was your thoughts going into this movie as somebody who has read the manga, but is not like completely caught up to everything? Like going into this, like what were you kind of expecting to see? Did it meet your expectations, or was it just another movie? Let me know. Softball started off.
That's a double-sided question. Well, I'm gonna start out with just it was my first Demon Slayer movie like in theaters. I know you definitely been to. Have you been to all of them?
No, I went to one and never went again.
Okay, yeah. Gotcha. The Swordsmith Village arc one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but they had 3 total, right?
Yeah, they got the Mugen Train, and then they got
Swordsmith and this.
Swordsmith and this. Yeah.
So I was pretty excited to see like an anime movie in theaters for the first time. I mean, we pulled out all the stops. We went to, Columbia Mall, AMC, Laser, IMAX, bad seats, everything to see this. So I was pretty excited just to see an anime movie and see what it's about. I already saw like Mugen Train and the Swordsmith Village arc, so I didn't expected to go too crazy, but I was really in it for like just the atmosphere and being there with all the hardcore Demon Slayers, because we've been to anime conventions where everyone dressed up, and I expected a whole lot of people to do it.
Yeah,
sure enough, they was rolling in.
Yeah,
in our theater, they already sat down. So
Yeah,
overall,
we was late.
uh yeah. Overall, I was just pretty excited to see what it was like on a big screen,
Mhm,
and wondering if subbed would be difficult on the big screen,
mm,
and if it would distract me, like looking all the way down and then looking all the way up. I'm kind of used to just kind of keeping my head straight.
mhm,
Um, and from reading the manga, I mean, I just expected it to be good. Like
okay.
let me see, because Demon Slayer is one of those animes that definitely prides itself on the animation aspect of everything. So just seeing it on the big screen, I just expected to be as flashily colors on the screen, and just what kind of animation are they going to go with this time. So those are
Mhm.
my two big things. What were you expecting rolling into another Demon Slayer movie, and did they meet your expectations?
So I'll say this: going into this joint, I was expecting greatness because of the craze that when it first initially released in Japan, that like you know had the streets popping of like this might be the goat movie or whatever. But um as like realistic expectations for myself, I didn't watch any trailers. I seen a couple graphics here and there, but that was just mainly like posters and stuff. And I actually didn't do what I said I was gonna do and watch some of the older stuff going into it. So it was like a little
None?
bit. Nah, I didn't watch anything. I ain't gonna cap.
Dang.
I was watching uh Evangelion. That's all I've been watching, bro. And Gachi Akuda. So but going into it, I was still excited because I knew we was getting into some peak, you know. Didn't know what I was gonna see, but I was still excited to see it regardless of my last experience at a Demon Slayer movie, which I had said that I'd never go to another Demon Slayer movie after seeing that, because it was literally anime, the last bit of Entertainment District, in like the first 3 episodes of, you know, the Swordsmith Village, and I felt like I got bamboozled, bro. Got bamboozled. But this one is something that was fresh, and even like the parts that they showed in the beginning, um, were still different than like what we actually saw, like how it ended in the anime. So, as far as like my expectations go, I think they were met. You know what I'm saying? I think that there were moments where this movie was literally jaw dropping, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing on screen. And there were other moments where I'm just like, are we watching a whole different anime? So we'll get into that later. But initial impressions, I'm I'm happy with where we're at. Am I happy that we're gonna have to wait another year? No. But
2 years.
as far as 2 years, hey, even worse. You know what I'm saying? But I'm happy with what I saw. I'll say that. So, with that being said, Chris, what did you think about just like how they threw us into the movie? Like seeing, all the Hashira, seeing like all the different um places that we were getting pushed, and like basically giving us a real introduction to the Infinity Castle as a whole and what we can kind of expect to see on this next journey.
All right, so since we're gonna get into it anyway, I just feel like I just gotta come out and say it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I didn't really like it.
Mm.
I loved it.
Oh, you faked me out.
I
You faked me out.
absolutely loved everything about it. The beginning, just the Infinity Castle itself.
Yeah.
It was just like one of those iconic places.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just being there and watching it move, watching it send people different directions, them having to navigate it or figure it out in a way.
Yeah.
And even as the story kept unraveling, more stuff was unlocked with this place. And it even at the end of the movie, it just feels like, oh my God, Like, it's living up to its name. Like, how are they gonna do this? How are they gonna
Yeah.
get through it?
Hmm.
So as the movie started, it was amazing where they left off in the season, and we did a podcast on it.
Yeah.
But for them to just start out just slaying some demons, having a nice little anime song intro,
Yeah.
and them just trying to gain their feet on, yo, we gotta find these uh upper demons,
Hmm.
make their way to these upper demons. I was just like, dang, this is so cool, because they weren't even like, all right, we gotta come with the game plan. They were just straight action. Yo,
Yeah.
I got my boy right here. We running straight. Like,
Yeah.
it just really felt like we're getting down to business. And even though they are just as confused as all of us, like, yo, what are y'all gonna do? Like,
Hmm.
like, he's there. He done dragged y'all, tricked y'all, all the Demon Slayer core, weak ones to the Hashiras, and they was just focused. Like, yo, it's time to lock and load. And
Yeah.
so I just love the intro of how these heroes get thrown into the situation. But how are you feeling about jumping down into the Infinity Castle?
Yeah. I was kind of surprised, kind of like how the movie started once it like once we started falling and everybody started going to their separate places. I was like, oh, okay, I'm locked in. I'm locked in now. But like to start off with the stone, Hashira having a conversation with uh their master and them coming up with the plan essentially to use him as bait, I feel like was great context to add in there for somebody that maybe is seeing this for the first time. I don't know why you would do that though. Like to go to the movies, maybe like you know he just got dragged along to it. But giving us that context into like making his sacrifice even that much more, you know, not just extreme, but like impactful, and then having to jump off like, okay, now it's time to go get this man music
Mm.
because he got our guy, you know. So, but once we got into the thing, I was just like, oh, we're here. Like
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm watching this. Like I'm actually watching the movie everybody been talking about for the last week, you know. And I think my favorite, initial uh thing that they chose like as like a decision for the story was that they kind of broke everybody up into groups. Now there's some people that were like singled out, um, like Shinobu and the Netsu, but like the main kind of people that we're focused on, like the Water Hashira, Giyu, and then Tanjiro, and then we also got like grouped up with the Serpent Hashira and Love Hashira as well. So I'm liking the combos that we got going here because both of them have like he got the snakes and she got the ribbon. So like aesthetically it works, right? And then you got Stone and Mist. It's like you got something solid and something that's not tangible. Hard. Like I just like the you know, and even with Tanjiro and Giyu, like fire and water, you know? So I'm rocking with that. And then initially just be able to see again like what these Ashira can do, even though they're not fighting, you know, um, the highest ranked demons that there are, but we kinda got like used to just seeing the upper rank. So I feel like it was a good um like kinda I don't want to call it a palate cleanser, but like a little appetizer for what we could potentially see later on in the movie. Just seeing some of the different forms and different moves that everybody got, and it was just like cool just to see the castle move in the way that it was moving because it almost feels like you know like it's like a Rubik's cube, but then like a chess master is moving it around, and it's like you can't like there's no way to really predict what's going to happen. You just got to hope that all your training up to this point has prepared you for what you're about to endure.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's all you got at this point. Now, question for you, Chris. I know he went through a whole training arc, but based on what you have seen so far in this movie, how prepared do you think the Hashira everybody really is for this task?
Unfortunately, I'm not going to answer that question. I'm
Why?
just gonna say because regardless, it's kind of like
They got to do
it
it.
doesn't really matter what training you did.
Yeah.
Like the bad guys already trapped you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, how prepared are they? I ain't gonna lie, most of y'all probably gonna die. Like it's
Yeah.
kind of like one of those situations where you just gotta attack the bad guy. You
Mm-hmm.
gotta give it everything you got. Uh,
Yeah.
because like I said, we're just coming off the training arc, and kind of from that season transition, it was like, dang, it's go time.
Yeah.
Like,
But you
yeah,
can see it paid off though.
yeah, we could see some stuff that pay it off, but
That's part of what I was asking. Yeah.
but that's why I'm saying it's kind of more like not a frontal assault where we all are prepared. It's more of
Mm-hmm.
like it is what it is. Like whatever
Yeah.
our power level is at, y'all.
What they call it, a war of attrition. You just knocking stuff off one
Sure,
by
it's like
one.
more
Mm-hmm.
because even we have a moment in the movie where Giyu is just impressed at what level Tanjiro is at now.
Yeah.
But it kind of reminds me in Mugen Train when Akaza, is that how you say his
Mm-hmm.
name? He
Casa.
he he
I
told
don't know.
Akaza.
Yeah.
Damn. Uh,
Akasa.
I'm gonna do both. Pretty much when before he killed Rengoku, he
Mm-hmm.
was like, "Bro, you just needed like 1, 2 more years. You've been
You've
nice."
been
You know what I
just
mean?
right.
Yeah. So it's kind of like in this situation, as much as it's like, how prepared do I think they are, bruh? Y'all could have been way more prepared in this situation, but the
Mm-hmm.
bad guy gotcha,
Yeah.
and it is what it is. A lot of y'all are probably gonna get murdered here, but can they pull it out? Of course, of course. We got Tanjiro. We got Tanjiro.
So one of the reasons why I was asking that question was because um, I think that the unpreparedness that I felt for them, like getting thrust in kind of this situation, um, it raises the stakes a lot more. Because
Yeah.
when you think about like just the level that they push their bodies to, whether it's in this movie or everything else we have seen, like we know Demon Slayer to be, you know, very unforgivable. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? Like you get your arm cut off, that's it. You're not like sure you could still possibly do some cool stuff like Tengen, but you know, once it's gone, it's gone. So I feel like the stakes are made even more high because of like them kind of like you're saying being trapped in this situation. Um and it just like made me feel like, oh man, like I don't know if they can do it. Like I'm not
Yep.
just gonna assume that it's like, oh yeah, we're about to win. Because honestly, I like it better when nobody wins. And
Mm.
it's just like you just gotta hold the situation, you know? So it's like nobody really gets what they want, but you get the result. It's kind of like
Mm.
this kind of storytelling that I prefer. Um, but that's interesting as you say that, like, it don't even matter.
Yeah.
It don't even matter at this point because you gotta do what you gotta do because it's
It,
like,
it's like you turned right in a video game and you accidentally entered the boss room. It's like,
yep,
bruh. Could
yep.
I have explored left and right? I could have, but we're
You
about
try
to
to make it
find
to the
out.
Pokemon Center and you run into that blade of grass.
Yep, exactly. It's
No
like
repels. Didn't have no repels, bruh. I get it.
so.
I
Yeah.
get it. Um. Okay, so how do you want to do this? You want to just go fight by fight, or do you want to like kind of go big
Yeah, I think the
picture?
movies split up pretty well. We can just go like fight by fight.
Okay, all right, bet. So we covered the first initial like fights. Obviously, we're not going to go directly deep into every single little thing because y'all should go see the movie. So we're gonna do our best, not go too crazy, but you've been watching for a while, you already know how we get down. So, first things first, we got the insect Hashira Shinobu versus what's his name? Doma.
Domo.
Doma.
Domo.
Doma.
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 The rainbow-eyed, upper-ranked demon number 2.
Mm-hmm.
First things first, Chris. I don't know how to feel about this fight, bro. Because part of me wants to say that it's not over. Obviously, you know, we seen the crunch. But it's like he absorbed her at the same time. I know I'm skipping ahead, but this is just like the main thing I'm thinking when it comes to this thing is she still alive? Do you think she's still alive, bro?
She done though. I think she gone.
Think she's cooked? Because I seen her go limp. I seen her go limp. But it's like if he could technically keep her alive in his body, then possibly after the next fight with the other girl, with the little sister, might be able to get her back. You know what I'm saying? You know, I always say like no body, no crime, but it's like we saw the body and it got absorbed.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out the whole time. Did we see other stuff in Demon Slayer where they absorb?
I don't think to that extent.
Yeah, Muzan definitely does it.
Yeah. But
it was just kind of like
human though. I'm not too sure. I haven't seen that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with dead, like triple dead. This one's definitely not coming back.
Mm-hmm.
And even if they could, I kind of feel like absorption abilities got to give you like a bonus. Like there's got to be a reason why you'd absorb someone and not just like eat them like he did in the past. So
right, I'm thinking it's more of a Majin Buu situation. You like possibly gain their power or something like that.
Yeah.
Or like their spirit. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't really know what his goals are because like let's take a step back into it. Do they jump straight into his backstory or they fight a little bit? I think they fight a little bit first.
I think they fight a little bit and then they go straight to his backstory.
Yeah. So I hate his backstory. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I don't like it. I think it makes sense like as far as like his demeanor now, but I don't think the math is really math in as far as like how he was thinking as a child. You know? Like it seems way too like put together where it's like, oh yeah, like these people just did not. I feel so bad for them. I'm gonna get them out of their misery and stuff like that. And now, I'm here as a thing, like as the number 2. I didn't like that explanation, bro. And I was kind of expecting a little bit more from like, as far as like his kind of character design, because like until he put the hat on. I ain't put 2 and 2 together that he was like some kind of priest or something like that initially. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. That's an interesting pull. But then when it came down to like, everybody was just like praying to him and doing all this other stuff. And then, you know, eventually he meets Muzan and stuff like that. I was just kind of like.
Well, they don't show him actually meeting.
Yeah, but at some point it happens, is what I'm saying. So I'm like, this doesn't really give me anything that I'm like willing to like, you know, write a book on, basically. Like I'm not really.
I feel it.
Like I was more so, you know, invested in the actual fight than like, kind of like who the character is, because the character is kind of like an aloof. Like you kind of just like let the words that he said roll off your back. Versus like somebody like Akaza.
Nah, he's talking like, wild. He's talking like someone that's too strong. Like
that's what I'm saying.
Oh, keep stabbing me with poison. Oh, that's great. Right. You're trying there, oh pal. Oh my this guy like, not
annoying. Dying. Like it's annoying, and I'm like, bro, like take this serious. We
come here for like that's too easy.
We came here for peak, and you're acting like it's not peak right now. You know
exactly. He was like, bro, y'all, come on now.
so like what are your thoughts on that and just like your first impressions of Doma?
I love Doma. This guy, gosh, I don't know how he's gotta die, but he gotta go. He gotta go
Yeah,
ASAP.
yeah,
As far as the story, backstory issue, I kind of am just gonna explain in a way that there's another movie. Like
hmm,
deep down, it does make sense. Like they kind of want to do a brief intro to him, but when
yeah,
they only did like a little bit and they didn't show how he became a demon or how Muzan got to him or whatever,
hmm,
and the fact that he's an upper two,
yeah,
I was like, yeah, something's off. Because as the movie kept going, I was like, are we gonna get back to him or not? And then
hmm,
when we don't, I was like, all right, there's gonna be way more in the future.
yeah,
But no, I kind of like his story because it's just kind of like his demeanor was like, yo, because of my rainbow eyes, they think I'm this like god child or like this
hmm,
miracle child, and all these, my even my parents are these like, I'm just gonna say dummies
hmm.
who want to worship me as something special, and there is
Money
nothing
grab.
special. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Yeah, it's like
very
even if they
introspective for a
believe it,
toddler.
yeah. But he's kind of already realized like humans are like they're hoping and wishing for like something divine, and there is no divine. Like he already
Hmm,
had that mindset, and I was like, they keep praying to me and suffering to me. I'm listening to all these stories, and I'm like,
yeah,
yo, that none of this exists. But I'm gonna let y'all think there's something more, but it's just
yeah,
so sad, in his
yeah,
mind. And maybe we'll get more of his backstory, but his parents probably did like the normal religious thing, like, oh, this means more, you're special, there's something greater beyond it. And him himself is just thinking like, nah, I view it like we some we here and then we gone, there ain't nothing more. And all y'all who are thinking some divine, because he said something like I've never heard of Buddha or something like that. um that was just very interesting. So him later on being this demon and essentially it's just like unite with me. It kind of reminded me of like Sinners, when the
yeah.
vampire
Hmm,
was like all of you are gonna live with me through like happiness. Like he kind of
yeah,
found his own version of that,
hmm,
because in his mind there is nothing more. Like
yeah,
y'all are just some delusional humans, and he
hmm.
finds them like
He done
like
found
sweet
the secret.
puppies.
He done found the secret, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He actually found a way to help them in his mind, which is completely,
Hmm,
like, crazy, but, it kinda makes sense why he isn't aloof and does find, like, these humans as funny and like, "Oh, you're trying so hard," when there's, like, nothing to fight for, like,
yeah,
it's like, "Come on now."
yeah,
Um, so it's like I like his character and his mannerisms, and it's just like, I can't wait for him to die. It's one of those types of characters too. So
okay,
Do
okay.
I wish there was more backstory? Yeah, but it kinda makes sense because he is the number 2,
Yeah.
and I'm just, like, going speedballing. If we have 3 movies, you get to halfway there, and
Hmm.
then you finish them off in the next one, and then you get to 1 also as, like, the grand finale,
It's
and
like
then we
the
have
intro to
Muzan
3.
all of 3, yep.
Yeah.
So, it just kinda made sense as I, like, walked out the theater.
Yeah.
But did you like the fight itself? Because it was like the first real fight, the first one we got to see on screen.
Yeah. I think the fight was fine. I think the fight was it was more um like once I feel like it got killed too short though. Because it's
Mm,
like there has to be that like I felt like there was more in the tank that we didn't really get to see because they kind of cut the legs out of themselves by him, being able to hear the change of the different poisons that she uses like very early into the fight. So like
yeah.
once it got to that point, I was like, okay, basically we're gonna just keep testing these poisons and see if one works. And I'm like, well, he keeps adapting,
Doma wanted
and
to.
yeah, he wanted to see it, right? So I'm just, but it didn't necessarily change her fighting style per se to the
Mm,
point where I'm just like, oh, this is like going to go on. Like I think she really got a chance. Like it really got to the point where I'm like, all right, something drastic is going to have to happen. Like she going to
yeah.
need some kind of backup to either find a way to not necessarily make a new poison, but maybe combine a couple or something like that after seeing the effects and coming to a different conclusion or something like that. But like that kind of never really happened, and it was more so us just getting an introduction to kind of who Doma is as a character,
Yep.
and be able to see like what his powers and like kind of like what makes him tick to prepare us for that next movie.
Exactly.
But it did remind me that, or not necessarily remind me, but it did get me thinking about just kind of how this movie is. I wouldn't call it structure, but like I feel like if this movie was an anime, I feel like I would be a little bit more invested into the character. But because I knew like, okay, like at a certain point, this is not really going nowhere. If there was like an episode cut off in between this fight, I think I would have been a little bit more intrigued in trying to really understand like who Doma is and like what is his real like kick, you know? Because I think the character design is a little bit more interesting than his backstory at this point. We don't got all the facts yet, but it was enough to get a gist of like who he's kind of going to be. Because you already knew what he's going to be personality wise. We done seen him a couple times in the anime already. So all that was really left was his backstory and then how he fights. You know what I'm saying? So like we got a dose of that. I feel more bad for the insect Hashira because like her backstory as far as like why she wanted to fight him was great. I liked it. You know, like it was a revenge type situation, and it's like I've been preparing for this whole time. Nobody knew except me, and like now it's my time, and I'm slowly but surely realizing like, oh, I don't. This is it. This is why my sister said just give up because it's not possible. Like we can't do it. Like so. That realization for me, it hit home. So I was like, okay, nah, like I think they know what they're doing here. Like I think we're in for a good movie, you know?
And I think it also sets it up for that. Like,
Yeah.
we get to see you get dropped in the Infinity Castle. We get to see how, like, what level of difficulty we're at, and they let you know right away. It ain't easy. It ain't sweet over here.
Yeah.
And they also do a good like alluding to like how meaningful it was for that character and how they're now gone. So if you've never seen Demon Slayer at all anyway, you're like, dang, like we mean business over here. Like these people are can die. And there was like one more thing. Oh, and because she went solo was also something interesting because it's kind of like you get to see the one-on-one face off with it, so it automatically shows how strong they are. But later on, it leads to this is one of those boss battles where we need to like combine our efforts to defeat. It's not
and
we can,
I was gonna say, and in Demon Slayer, they rarely ever fight solo.
Exactly.
So I didn't really think too much into it. Like going into it when she was fighting, I was like, man, I don't think it's a good idea. You know?
Exactly.
Like I think you need to try to buy time more so than try to beat them outright, because especially after that first go, you know. So,
well, the movie does kind of take place at the same time. I'm not sure if you realize that.
What do you mean?
Like the fights.
Yeah. Like it's all happening in real time. Yeah. No, I get that. Yeah, I'm just saying
because Doma realized later on he was like, oh, that's surprising, and it technically took place while they were fighting. So that's
like
pretty dope about
realized
Infinity Castle. Also,
you talking about Zenitsu?
No,
you talking about
I'll talk about later.
Mikasa? Which fight? Yeah. I know the moment you're talking about, but I don't know if it was. Oh no, you were talking about when he actually got bodied. That's I get you now. I'm locked in now. I'm locked in.
Yeah,
I was thinking of Zenitsu and the other guy, but yeah, okay. I'm with you now. I'm with you. Okay. So basically, Snowball gets bodied, bro. Right?
Yeah.
But might come back because I'm not convinced, bro. I'm not convinced she can't come back. Because why?
I mean, that'd be nice.
Like, why would he absorb her if he could just save her for later? Like all the other
Yep.
bodies that's over there. That was on purpose. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
think.
I like that idea. I like it a
Yeah.
lot.
Because it leaves it up for
Because like
interpretation too.
yeah, it leaves it up to like her actually redeeming that idea. Like if you're gonna like her
Mm-hmm.
sister saying like if you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Like
Because
oh, if
even
you're
if
gonna
it,
do it, do it. Like
yeah. Because even if it comes to the point where it's like, you know, um, what's her name? It's right here. Kanoa, the little sister, is able to somehow beat the upper rank demon, second upper rank demon. And all we get is a last couple seconds with Shinobu before she actually dies. I think that'll be worth it more so than she just be done. And we get stuck with like just like that fact because when she went into the room and found out and saw the final like look of what actually took place in the back break, I was like, oh, you need to close that door. You need to get up out of there. Like,
yeah.
but
That was
she
very demony to be like on the ceiling with the tentacles and
spooked.
back break. Yeah, that's
Yeah. And like the screams in this joint felt so real to like if like the audio was hitting in the theater.
Oh, it was
You know?
booming. That was the first thing I said when I walked out. I was like, it was loud.
Yeah. It was bright
Music.
too. It was bright too.
Yes. Yes.
So I'm super excited to see what's gonna happen in the second movie because of that, because maybe she a prodigy. We don't know. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's always the
I'm
quiet
definitely like
ones.
the just axe her off now. Next is yours. You know what? Give him
Dang.
another kill next movie.
Dang. That's crazy. That's crazy. All right. Next up, you wanna go Zenitsu?
Yeah.
Okay. Because there's like Hashira fights in between it, but they're just fighting minions. They're not really fighting nobody
Yeah.
big. Like
Just fight minions.
with the Wind Hashira and Mist and Stone one. So like don't really need to necessarily talk about that. Oh, did this happen before or after the UAVs, Ravens? Did that happen before or after? Do you remember? I think
I
it
want to
happened
say it
after.
happens after
Okay.
Zenitsu fight,
Okay. So we're gonna talk about
and
Zenitsu.
Tanjiro notices. They notice it.
Yeah. So just off the bat, straight up, this is a new
Oh,
Zenitsu.
wait,
Huh?
wait. I will
What?
say
What?
they did call out her death though. Remember?
Yeah. Yeah. They said she was dead. The crows. They
I
called
think
it
that
out.
was earlier. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
but they
Zenitsu doesn't know.
wasn't
Zenitsu
they
doesn't
wasn't
know.
treating they wasn't treating it like how they were treating it later on with the little radar thing. Because the
Yeah.
crows were always in there, but like they
Yeah.
wasn't
They're
like,
always.
they didn't do the whole thing. But
Yeah. Cool. All
um
right. Work your
Zenitsu.
magic.
So Zenitsu has a whole new demeanor now after his secret training. It was good. His secret training. That's why y'all gotta watch the video. His secret training. After Tanjiro is basically done, that we didn't get to see. Right? And I was really just wondering, I'm like, okay, are you really gonna lock in? Because I
We
didn't
knew that. We knew that.
bro, I didn't know. I didn't know. I was hoping for that. You know what I'm saying? And he did. He did. So just off the demeanor alone, what was your kind of expectations going into this fight? Was you expecting like it to be more like Itachi Sasuke level of brotherly love, or were you expecting it to be like, I don't know, a worse version? I don't know. I
Um,
can't think of one.
I mean, I definitely expected like a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But I just really liked how it intertwined and it kind of made sense, like why I can only use the first form.
Yeah.
Like I just like I'm like, okay, this what makes way more sense.
Mhm.
And I don't think they ever announced the note he read before, right? Like, we just knew that he was sad.
Yeah. They didn't say
A
anything. Yeah.
and it just messed him up, and he was like, "I gotta train," or something like that.
Because that was a note that his not his grandpa, but you know that
Yeah, it was good, alright.
they just called him Gramps. But
True,
he
true.
was a former Hashira. He was a former
Cool.
Hashira. He was a former
Yeah,
Thunder Hashira. So
makes
um
more sense that way. But
yeah.
it was, like, I woulda wished for a little bit more, but it
Mhm.
was enough where I was kinda cool with him going crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, I don't think there's much that this fight coulda brought more, but I would've
Mhm.
liked a little bit more back and forth, but his brother was kinda, like, on one mindset of just like,
Yeah.
"Bro, if
I'm the
y'all don't
best.
rock with me, I don't mess with y'all." I was just like, "Alright, you."
He had his point and he was sticking to it.
Yeah, and they even had that little flashback where it was just kinda like it kinda showed him in a weakened state of, like, now, like, I don't even know how to describe it, like, I'm kinda vulnerable of I'm weak and no one values me enough. Let me be a demon so that I'm strong and everyone sees my value type
Mm.
uh mindset.
Mhm.
So then once I saw that, I was like, yeah, I don't think he's gonna convince him. And it became a point where Zenitsu was like,
There
bro,
is
I'm
no
not convincing
convincing.
this guy.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
no convincing that could be done. Yeah.
Yeah. It was kind of like I just want to encounter you, you
Mhm.
know,
Say
face
my
to
piece.
face.
Yeah.
And that was it. And I think I was cool with it. Would I want a little bit more back and forth? Maybe.
Mhm.
But his brother kind of didn't give that leeway. His brother was already like gone.
Yeah.
And but which is cool, but, how do you feel about their interaction or their story line
Mhm.
completely, and what'd you think of it when they, started fighting?
I think this was this movie's best kept secret
Okay.
because I think this is like what I would prefer as far as like um pacing for a lot of these fights because I'm not a big fan of the whole like and we're going to talk about that later especially um you know the humanizing of demons and like uh how they kind of go about like trying to make you feel either sympathy or empathy for some of them based on their past. But because like with Zenetsu's brother, like we didn't really get none of that. It was more so from Zenetsu's perspective, but it got the point across. And I feel
Yeah.
like it was tactful. I felt like it was a tight script in a certain point, and then he just got to go crazy. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Because a lot of times I feel like a lot of these either, you know, upper rank demons or whoever are not necessarily worth the backstory, you know, because they were just bad. Like they were just bad from the beginning. And, you know, I feel like they do a lot of heavy lifting for no reason. Um, because at this point it's been hundreds of years. You know, with this guy, it wasn't that long ago. You know what I'm saying? They said that um if this had happened like a little bit later on, then Zenitsu would have got bodied immediately. But because he was an inexperienced demon, that's why he was able to get the win essentially. But you know, to be able to tie in not only his backstory but Zenetsu's past, which at this point was mysterious. You know, we only knew that he liked Nezuko basically, and he knew the first form.
Yeah.
Like that was his whole character. So to be able to get a lot of that backstory now, I can take him a little bit more serious as a character than I was before. So that's why I say it's the best kept secret. And it was
Yeah.
fast too. Like they didn't waste no time with that whole fight, you know? Um and I just like the lightning aspect of it because it's like it actually left a mark on him,
Yeah.
you know. So but it does bring up the thought I was having um like just when we got into this whole thing is the fact that it's like yo they have to go through so many upranked demons before they even get to Musen.
Mhm.
Stamina wise, you know, health wise, how are they going to make it, bro? There's no healers really. You know, you
Yeah.
got the one guy that's running around trying to help heal people, but it's like there's no takebacks. So, and these people are human, so it's like to a certain extent, like obviously the anime is going to anime. You know, we're going to see some crazy stuff, but this anime is still pretty grounded as far as like physical natures outside of like when they're getting tossed through pillars and like, you know, doing stuff. They find ways to bring us back to reality. So to see Zenitsu broken and just can't move basically at the end of the fight has me a little worried. If like not just the Hashira, but like everybody else, how they're really going to fare if these youngins don't start teaming up to fight some of these people. So
Mhm.
like, what is your thinking in that case as far as like how like how their body is going to hold up?
Like I said, they in the bad guys trap. I mean, it makes sense. I really like that. It takes a lot to beat these guys, and from the
Mm-hmm.
whole series as a whole, we've seen them win a lot of times when it's the upper ranked demons.
Yeah.
They're not pushovers. They're really strong. Um, and we saw the upper three took out Rengoku when it was like, okay, these guys mean business.
He's
Now you
supposed to
get
be the
into
GOAT. Took him out.
yeah, and now you get placed into a situation where we have to fight 2 and 1 and
Musing.
Musin. Like
Yeah.
it already is an uphill battle. That's why it's kind of like they had a plan to defeat him, so you avoid all that nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't work, and now we stuck in an Infinity Castle. That's just what,
Yeah.
like you kind of said in the beginning podcast. It adds to the seriousness
Stakes.
of this moment. Yeah, the stakes are at all time high. Good luck,
Mm-hmm.
guys.
And what's crazy too is that they are really settling beefs in this first movie.
Yeah,
All the beefs have been settled. Some that we knew and some that we didn't. You know, um, and I didn't think about that initially. I was just thinking like, yo, these youngins really got. This is just a really crazy movie to watch. There's a lot going on, you know. And
yeah.
we haven't really talked about the animations, but it's like it goes without saying that this is like some of the best animation you're going to see.
Well, the aura farming in the Zenitsu fight was crazy. Like the
Yeah.
angles, the camera angles for anime, I was like,
Mm.
yo, screenshot all day long.
Yeah.
And his seventh form, I was like, bruh, this
Dragon.
man nice. This man nice. Like even when he was charging up and that camera like swooped down to show him
Yeah.
from the side, I was like, yo, they are going crazy on this.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, how are you even standing right there?
Yeah,
You know,
aura.
a lot. There's a lot of aura farming happening. I don't know if it's on the level of solo leveling, but you know, that's one person versus a whole handful. So, okay. So, you got anything else on the Zenitsu fight before we move on to the big one?
Nah, appropriate level and was short and sweet, light
Okay.
and fast. Good
Yeah.
stuff.
Bet. Bet. So, throughout the movie, this whole time when everybody's fighting, Tanjiro and Giyu are just running, trying to find Muzin, and um, they're running with a crow, and that crow is connected to the son of the leader of the demon corps who got blown up in
Yeah.
the last episode of the anime. Now,
Yabagashi, something like that. Can't remember.
this was the brightest part of the movie because they kept showing this white paper of the blueprints, and we had to read alongside with everything that he was saying. I was not expecting the core to be as impactful as they were um throughout the movie, as far as like them really being not necessarily right beside them, but it reminded me of like the Great Ninja War, where they had like the intel uh
That's
core
a good
ready
pull.
to go. You know what I'm saying? And relaying information to everybody that they needed to. And I was like, you know what? I never thought that would have been useful. Because for one, the castle is moving constantly. It's like you can only move as fast as your hand can. So it's like for him to be able to see, delegate, and just do what he had to do. I was like, nah, this is kind of impressive. I'm not gonna cap. This is kind of impressive. So what did you think of just like what's going on in the outside world, um, while Infinity Castle is happening before we jump into the big fight?
No, just super dope. You kind of hit everything on the with a hammer, nail a hammer, because
You
it
keep
just
trying to
kind of
use
makes
that
it feel
phrase,
like
bro. It's like
yeah,
three episodes in a row. You gonna
yeah.
get it one day.
One day, maybe not, but it's just very feel good,
Yeah.
like fulfilling his dad's like destiny in a way,
Hmm.
and it just kind of shows like, bro, we're not gonna give up. We're gonna try everything to defeat him. Like it
Hmm.
seems like such a stupid idea to let's just draw the map of the Infinity Castle when
Maybe
it's
we
like an
find
ever
something.
changing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's kind of like maybe we find something because what else are we gonna do? And then I just like that
Hmm.
idea of everything feeling like it's a final showdown. We're trying our best, and I love the fact that Rengoku's dad is outside guarding them, like
Yeah.
not really
And then
participating, but
Tengen.
technically participating. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause I'm thinking that's gonna come back into play, like,
Hmm.
uh, my man's gonna pick up the sword and go crazy for a little bit, you know what I mean? Like no, but, yeah, I just like the idea of we just see everyone doing anything possible to help the Hashira defeat, Muzan.
Hmm. That's a bet. That's a bet. And it's a callback to like the first couple arcs too, with the lady and the cats and the crows, and be able to use that, I don't want to call it technology, but to be able to see, basically turning crows into a UAV and
Yeah.
track where like the bigger energies are and the smaller energies are throughout the whole joint. So I thought that was
They
fire.
gotta find that girl with the guitar. I don't know, I guess she give
Yeah,
off no energy at all, like
she is the fourth rank
oh, okay,
demon.
okay.
She's the
So she
fourth
yeah,
rank.
she got to. She got
Yeah,
to.
but she knows she moving with that joint,
Yeah.
so she not gonna just let herself be stuck in
Yeah, that's
between.
gotta be their job. They probably locate her,
Yeah.
direct people there, and then
Hmm.
get her out the way.
But that's so cool that she has the power to do that though.
Oh,
The
that's
click of a
crazy.
guitar, you know. Um. Okay, time has arrived. By the
Big
century,
one.
we're here. First things first, Chris. I'll let you lead this. Where do you want to start with this? I don't know. There's a lot. There's a lot we can talk about.
Uh, I'm a
Do you have
sidestep real
thoughts?
quick
Do you
then.
have thoughts? Yeah, okay, go ahead.
I do
Do
have
it.
thought. What did you think in the movie theater when the UAVs said, "Oh, they're running into one. They're running straight for one," or something like that?
I thought they was going to run into the
You know so?
six-eyed guy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's what I thought was finna happen. But like,
yeah.
I was like,
And then he
y'all
came
going
in
the
and
wrong
interrupted.
way.
I was like,
Yeah,
"Bruh." I was like,
y'all
"Come
going. I was
on."
like, at the same time, like, I was not happy, but I was like, it's too early
Yeah,
for this
yeah. That
fight.
was my feeling.
It was way too early for this fight. So for him to interrupt and find Tanjiro of all people,
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, like nah, we finna get cracking. So because I didn't think we was gonna even see the upper rank demon at all, like
Okay. Okay.
in a meaningful way,
Yeah.
you know. So um,
Yeah. I
to
just
see
wanted to know
him
because
not only like in this movie and have actual lines, but also his introduction, or him passing his blood off to the Zenitsu's brother, and it being like have that whole situation and see him as like a protege basically, because he's also a human that was a demon slayer or whatever, and they have that connection. I was like, oh, this is what you could have been, but you folded because you're dumb and you're an idiot. um but yeah, I like the interruption because I was not expecting it. I didn't see
yeah.
that coming. I didn't see that coming, and I can say that about a lot of things in this movie. But I guess, what was it like just seeing him again for the first time since "I'll kill you," threw the sword at him, and that was it.
No, I just loved it. I loved the interruption. I was just
Yeah.
like, bro, y'all about to run to y'all death, and then he came through, and I was like, all right, bet we could do this. We
Mhm.
it's time
Mhm.
for this fight. And
Yeah.
no, I just love how we get introduced to a character that just causes extreme trauma to the
Yeah.
whole crew, and we get the rematch,
Mhm.
and he's still strong as ever. Like he's
Yeah.
so strong that it was just a joy to watch as soon as he came on screen.
Mhm.
To see Tanjiro finally be able to inflict damage, him wondering if he was ready for it.
Yeah.
Um,
Giyu in awe, just
yeah,
like us. Like, yo, he going crazy. He
and
going
as soon
crazy.
as the real fight started and they had that escalating Infinity Castle scene with the
Mhm.
waterfalls and spinning around, I was like, bro, my eyes, this is so beautiful. Like this is a boss battle right here. And
Yeah.
they just did not disappoint. Him and Gyu's fight was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Him and Tanjiro's fight was cool, not as epic, but it was
The
cool. And
ending
then he
wasn't
started,
as epic for me.
huh?
The ending wasn't as epic for me. But I enjoyed the process.
Oh,
I enjoyed his
yo,
process of figuring out how to fight him. Because I like that kind of dialogue. Because like that's one thing about the movie. Watching it in sub, I would have rather watched it in dub now that I've seen it in sub because I
Mm.
wouldn't have to think so hard. Because like I'm not I'm not diagnosing myself, but I got some kind of dyslexia. It's not strong enough to where I can't function or whatever, but it's like the ability to not be able to rewind. It hurt me, bro. It hurt me because I was like, "What did he say? What was that?" It's like it's too much going on the screen right now. I can't see it. I'm trying to watch this and watch that, and I was like, "Bruh, why couldn't we just go on Friday?" But it's all good. It's all good because it was still epic. But yeah, I agree, bro. That the fights were beautiful, and it's it's like with Demon Slayer, it's every fight basically.
I
Every
mean,
fight
this is a
looks like that.
new tier of anime fighting.
Yeah,
Like
like Naruto
anime
is few
fights
and far
have
in
to be at this
between.
level now.
Yeah, like Naruto is few and far between. But there are fights in Naruto where I'm like, yo, this is peak. Like Kakashi and Obito,
Now,
right?
the way they blended CGI with just the normal animation was just
Mm-hmm.
masterful.
Like the
And I don't
3D
know how much
elements
money
and
it
stuff.
cost to make this, but after
IMAX
seeing
going
this
crazy.
movie, they 100% have the green light to do all three because it is definitely worth it. The
Yeah.
music, the style, the destruction with this. It's just I've just never seen a movie look that good.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, hats off to them because they
I think the only thing that's close for me was Avatar. Avatar looked
uh,
different, but it's like it's a different kind of movie
yeah, but
at the
like
same time.
animes
Yeah,
don't look like this. Like
yeah,
this right here,
yeah.
nah. But yeah, 10 out of 10 fighting in this.
Mm-hmm.
Saved the best for last for sure.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm glad Tanjiro got his moment, like you said, to diagnose it, figure it out, and
Mm-hmm.
he kind of unlocks the superpower to the next level
The
because
Ultra Instinct.
exactly like they had to give him
Yeah,
that boost quickly because
yeah,
we found out, hey, Tanjiro ain't ready yet.
yeah,
Still,
yeah. But I will say, as much as I did like it, this is the part of the movie that I have the most problem with because during his backstory, when I say his, I'm talking about Akasa's backstory. This turns into a whole different show, and I wish I had a whole anime that was based on it. That was just fighting and fisticuffs, right? Because I feel like they got the point across and they did everything they was needed to do, but it was just so long, bruh. Like it took forever to get back to what I wanted to see, and what I wanted to see, it got not anticlimactic because it's like what we got instead was still just as like, oh man, like that was a great writing right there. I like that. But um it was still like a gimme almost at the end. But I just think that's where like the kind of the pacing fell off a little bit for me, because it felt like that's when I felt like I needed this to be an anime again, not a movie. Because in certain moments I'm like, okay, this would have been a good cutoff right here at the end of the episode. The next episode we get back to the fight, then jump back into this backstory. Because I feel like when they just do it all in one big chunk, you kind of forget that you was watching an epic fight until it's like, boom, we back again. You know? And for as much as like this kind of, humanizing of demons and stuff like that is in Demon Slayer's DNA, I feel like it hurts the overall narrative sometimes when, they kind of let it take over a little bit. So even though they do it well, it's still kind of, I'll say, distracting from the slicing and dicing that I came to see, and that's just where I'm at with it.
Nice.
What do you say to that? You don't have to agree. You don't have to disagree. I'm just curious as to my line of thinking and how you feel about the movie. Does it align at all?
Not really, and definitely not in this scenario. Mainly because like this bad guy is one that came through in a movie and murdered a main character. Like it just feels like in the end, as soon as he appears on screen and we're gonna defeat him, you gotta tell it all, because this is not a character we can't like overlook,
gloss over.
And why I can understand the point, because this is a Demon Slayer thing. And how long it is, and it's at the end. It's kind of like, how do I put it? We've just gone through so much action scenes already. Like the whole movie, it was like 2 hours of nonstop action that like I don't think I would have liked it if they would have ended it and we start the next movie with backstory or without it. Do you know what I mean? Like I would have been concerned.
Well, I'm saying like what I was getting to more so is like how they split it up. So I'm not saying that we shouldn't have gotten the whole backstory in one movie. I'm saying like how they broke the backstory up between the fights. I feel like the chunks were too big of backstory to where it felt like I was watching something completely different than what I was watching before. And like once it was over,
they do it after they cut off his head though.
Yes, but I'm saying that was like a lot. That's what I'm getting at. Like if it was sprinkled throughout the fight.
Oh yeah, you wanted them to stop the action.
Say again?
You wanted them to stop the action and then go through his backstory and then come back.
Yeah, like instead of like sometimes like breaking into like something else, or like they had moments where they was breaking to like the Snake Hashira in the God, what her name is, but like they had some breaks where they're breaking in between them, and then like all different characters and like going back to home base and stuff. But it was like to after that initial interaction between Tanjiro and Akaza, from that point on, I feel like it could have been a little bit more balanced as far as like telling the story. And now maybe you have to change the narrative up a little bit to fit those moments. But it's like you took me from a real high in this epic fight, and then brought me all the way back down. And then we never really got back going again, because once it got to that point where he cut his head off, then we're just watching at like a, not a stalemate, but it's like we're kind of just waiting to see what was happening, because it's like at that point everything was kind of cooked, is what I'm saying.
No, I get it, and I could definitely see everyone feeling that way. It's just kind of like, I kind of feel like we were on the high the whole movie. You know what I mean? Like we never really let up.
Right.
So it's kind of like if they would have started fighting him and then they went through his backstory like right there in the beginning, like would you have preferred then Tanjiro learns how to defeat him and then he uses it, cuts off his head, and we just go straight to him still being alive? Like that's what you would rather prefer.
So I'm saying, like, if we look at it in like 3 stages of his backstory, we got the first part where it's like he's just trying to take care of his dad. He's a thief, branded as that. And then you got the second part where he gets taken in by the karate master. And the third part is the
Yeah.
ending when he becomes a demon after the massacre. Right?
Yeah.
So if we split those three up and put like you could do the initial engagement with Giyu and Tanjiro first, then from there do the next backstory, and then after that go to when it's just Tanjiro fighting, and then probably cut off his head that point, and then backstory again, and then you get to see the kind of like, oh, he's trying to put his head back on, he's trying to become something different.
Yeah, that's so I'm
kind of
asking
what
you,
I'm
that's
saying.
what you wanted.
Yeah, but what I'm like, that's what I would have wanted. But what I'm saying is like, because that's not what we got. If I'm thinking about this in like, because the whole big thing about the Demon Slayer trilogy is that the anime is no longer coming out. Right, we're just getting movies now. So
now we'll see.
I'm not saying they're not going to put the movies on Crunchyroll to watch again, but I'm just saying like that was the whole thing. Like they're going to end it with 3 movies. So if this was like a whole arc, like 10 episodes or whatever, I feel like the breaks that we could have had between episodes would have helped the pacing a little bit for the backstory, so I don't feel like I'm watching something completely different when I'm in the movie. Because there were people that were definitely, they got up and walked probably to the bathroom. I'm not saying that they might have seen the movie before, so they probably might not already know what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And this is not like that crucial of a point. This is their break in between the action fights to go see the thing.
That's kind of my point, though.
Yeah, I get that.
We didn't have a break at all for 2 hours. So then, like, I agree, the movie does slow down.
Like, if we was looking at a line, I don't like that line, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but it kind of felt like we were like here all movie long. Like we never stopped. Like everything was interesting, everything was super important. And even when we got straight to the Akaza fight, it was still all important until we got to the backstory. So it's kind of like, is it a drop off? It's like, yeah, for sure. But it's kind of like, I don't know if I would have liked it if they would have kept going from super high intense action scene to slow pace backstory. You know what I mean? And then go back to super high, because it's like it's just doing like this. And to me, it would have felt off. But is that section too long? Probably. Like that's kind of where I would be at. It's a little too long for the end. Could they have snipped his backstory up to make it a little bit tighter and neater? Definitely. But I didn't mind it as much because it was a main character that was in 2 movies, and pretty much this guy had to go. And we knew from the first movie, he regenerates way too fast. How are y'all going to murder him? So once we kind of saw his whole origin story and he wasn't dead and he was still alive, it was like, yo, I don't know how y'all actually winning. But without that story, he can't be defeated. So I was just like, okay, I'm cool with it.
Yeah. Because there's definitely plot armor right there for them in that moment. Because he let go. So
yeah, but I don't think there was a way for them to kill him when Rengoku couldn't kill him. You know what I mean? It was like a sunlight battle in Mugen Train.
Yeah.
Which was the same idea they had for Musen. So it's just like
well, so I'm not gonna say that they couldn't have beat him. But it was like in my brain when that happened and his head went away and he was becoming something different. That is more so like the thing, because wasn't the thing that they couldn't
He was
cut his head
regenerating
off
his head.
in the first movie?
No, in this movie, in Infinity
Yeah,
Castle, he
I'm talking.
regenerated his head.
I know, but I'm saying like we didn't know that he could do that at that point, right?
Yeah. Mm-mm.
Right. So what I'm saying is like in the first movie though, like he was regenerating fast when it came to Sun Battle, but I thought the whole point was that they couldn't cut him in the
No, they
neck,
could. Rengoku cut him in the neck. He was trying to cut off his head, but he couldn't get through it.
so he couldn't cut him. That's my point. It wasn't strong enough to cut him.
He was like dying. He used his sword to like kind of jam him, so he was locked, and he was
Yeah.
waiting for the sun.
Right. It was a stalemate for him because he couldn't cut it clean off.
Sure.
Is my point.
Yeah.
So like knowing that this wasn't going to be a Sun battle necessarily, but it was was able to cut his head off.
Mm.
It was a shocking moment. Like it was like, oh my gosh, like he's becoming something that he might be becoming amusing right now or something like that. Was epic. My whole point is like if we look at like just the pacing of the joint where it's like epic line or whatever, and it's like drop off, into like something going high again. I think in isolation that it might be worse than in completion with all three movies if we just look at the pace of it, like if it's steadily going up to like the second movie, not necessarily being the climax, but like being a fully complete thing, it might work better. But in isolation, for me, that part was like you said, like too long, you know?
Yeah.
And if I'm thinking about in my anime brain is like how it kind of would break up. It's like, oh, I think they would have stopped right here or stopped right there if this was an anime. That's kind of like the only point I was kind of trying to make right there. So, you know, as long as we both in agreement that it was a little bit too long, that's cool with me, and we can move on. You know.
Yeah.
So, but let us know what y'all think about that moment too, because I'm curious.
Well, did you not like the justification for him for Akaza's arc?
What do you mean justification? Like why he did it?
Yeah. Why, like his whole demon story?
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I would have like I thought it could have been a whole different anime. Like I said that at
No,
coming
like
out of it.
what word did you use? You used like the
humanization of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was fine. Like I'm not a big fan of that part of the anime.
Okay.
Of like the humanizing of demons. So it's like I thought it was like when he was like married or whatever, I was like, oh, that's cool, you know. And then like when he did when he found out what happened to his family, I was like, dang, like that's crazy. And then the scene that we saw was like also crazy of like how gruesome it was, him just walking off or whatever. And then that's when he met Musin. I was like, oh, so this how it happened. But it did
he like forced him to be a demon.
Yeah, like, but at that point he didn't have no care for anything. So
yeah. But it was like I was shocked that he was forced to be a demon, and then he lost his memories.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, dang, like he might be the only character who like didn't choose to be a demon.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know if I would say go too far as much if it was a choice. I think he was more so indifferent to it, him choosing not to be one versus being one.
He pretty much got turned. He punched him straight in the face and was like, "I wonder how much blood you could." Like he was, there was like no.
No, I get it.
Like,
I get what you're saying.
Know this dude.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I was saying more so to his response to getting punched in the face like that. You know, like what he said, where he was like, "I don't care what happens," basically.
Yeah.
So I'm not mad at it, but it didn't like those things don't really move me like that. If I know what you've been doing already, like I'm ready for him to go. Like I don't really all this other stuff that y'all put in the movie. It's like that's fine. You can show him being like him caring for others and doing all that other stuff. But it's like, nah, I want to get back to the slicing and dicing because you took my mans. You know what I'm saying? That was my favorite character. So it's up and it's stuck for you forever. Like I don't care. Like it is what
Yeah.
it is, you know. But it's like if I'm just looking at it objectively like a movie, I'm like, yeah, it was kind of too long. But like I get what you're saying as far as priorities go. He is a
Yeah.
priority character for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not arguing against that. But it did feel like I did get the sense I'm like, I was like, oh, it's still going. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that was kind of my only real knock on the movie for real.
Hmm.
Because it's like it's built into Demon Slayer's DNA, and I feel like
Definitely.
it works more for others than it does for me.
Hmm.
So like that's kind of where it's at, because I think, you know, I'm not saying two wrongs make a right, but it's like you don't went right so many times, you might not be able to go back left. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying nobody
Hey,
can't
I'm
be
gonna let that one
redeemed.
cook for a little bit.
I'm not
I
going.
might be in the comment section later, be like, "Oh no, he was cooking there, but I didn't know what he was saying."
Nah, but it's like because like when they cut his head off and he was like about to put it back on, and then he kind of started regenerating and stuff. I was like, oh, there's no way to beat this man. Literally, like it's over.
Yeah.
So like that's when the dread came back. But like when it was going through the backstory, I was just like waiting for it to kind of be over. Like that's kind of my point. I mean, my stance on it.
That's so interesting. Okay.
So you was just like, oh man, like this is peak, or like it was just like good to see.
No, I just thought it was very justified because he killed Rengoku. Like that was my overall take of it.
Wait, what was justified?
How much time and effort they put towards his backstory.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
It was just like I
cool with
wouldn't have
that.
accepted a Doma or
being
what's his brother's name, like backstory for him. I would have been like, yo,
Zemetz's brother.
I'd have been like disrespectful. Like like you can't let a character come through in a movie, because it was like maybe 25-ish minutes at the end of Mugen Train, maybe 30. I don't know. I haven't seen him in a while. And then murder him and then have like a 10-minute backstory. I'd be mad, bro. I'd be like, you gotta let him get killed by a side character. We can't.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
that.
I wasn't mad at how long it was. I'm just mad about like the margins that it was. Like, I feel like they could have broke it up a little bit better. You know?
Gotcha.
So that's interesting though. Okay. What was the most shocking moment in the movie for you? Because I had a lot of jaw dropping moments, bro. I was like, bruh, what the heck?
Nah, for sure. When he's like, I'm not going to die, and just forced his head back on. I was like, bro, this guy wild. This guy is just wild. Because, like you said, we didn't know if he could actually get chopped off. But I was thinking this dude's about to just regenerate his head. Like, I didn't think he would like just throw it back. Like the blood was receding backwards up. I was like, yo,
and
this
it
is
already curled over too. Like he was just a walking corpse at this point, and it was like he was still thinking in his mind. Kind of thing. And he could hear
him being like a headless minion was just
bandit.
It was just wild. I was like, these demons just are unstoppable. Like the upper three are crazy level. But that was just hilarious, crazy, and I couldn't believe it, because I just thought casually it would just regenerate back and they're still in the same predicament. But nah, him forcing it back was just like, bro. This is crazy. What was a real crazy moment that had you like jaw dropped?
So I'd say when Tanjiro dropped his sword, bro. That moment for me, I was like, no way.
Yeah, I can see that for you. Yeah.
I was like, bro, after all that, what Cat say? After all that, you gonna drop the sword, bro? And then he went in for the punch, and that was hilarious instead of the forehead. But I was just like, yo, no. Like, who wrote this? Y'all are goated. Y'all are goated for that. Because what's the name? Sword already broke.
Yeah.
You know? Giyu's sword already broke. And I'm like, yo, how do y'all not have backup swords? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm like, there's so many things about this joint where I was like, bruh, this is crazy. And then I think the other moment for me was the head snap back on as well. But then I think it's a Zenitsu, bruh. The Netsu's like, I don't even know what you would call it, but the little swirl thing went up and then slice. And he was so mad at the end, the brother.
When he did the 7th form?
Yeah, when he did the 7th form, yeah. He was
Yo, he was hating on Pops.
He was hating.
Yo, he was like, I knew you was the favorite.
And then what's his name? The demon nurse or whatever. Oh, what is his name?
Oh, the guy. I can't remember his name.
Can't find it.
Oh, the wheel spin when we saw the demon
when it was just going down,
water
and it was
wheel,
just like
or water pinwheel or something like that. Because that was hilarious. Because it made me think like because it's always been a thing like were the colors and flames, is that always just fake like in their imagination?
Yeah.
And then we saw him do that and it looked extra lame. I was like, bro, that might be what they actually doing, and we're just
right. Like the other ones, it just made me respect everybody else what they was doing so much more.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, it took them 3 people to do the one move.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, bro, and if you missed, then cooked.
And it was extra slow.
Yeah. And he got
bounce. Hey, they killing some demons. That's the good thing.
They holding it down. His name was Yashiro. Yashiro really was funny.
The demon medic, right?
Yeah, the demon medic. Yeah. I forgot what he said, but he was basically like, yo, you're not like that. That's why you lost.
No, he said that and just bounced. There was nothing else that happened. He just said that, bounced. Crazy death.
Mm-hmm.
Can't go out like that. I'm sorry. That's definitely one of the worst ways someone died on screen.
Right. And it was hard because he was like, I knew he taught you something new. He was like, nah, I made this up my own. I was like,
no, he was hating on Zenitsu. He was like, oh, you gonna die with me. I was like, bro, this guy is the worst.
Yeah. Goated. Anything else, bro? Talk about. What do you think Musen is doing other than regenerating?
I think he's just transforming into something strong to battle him.
Okay.
I was quite confused on what he was doing, but he was just trying to disable the poison, right? Like dissolve it, the pill.
The lady, what the lady did to him.
Yeah. So I guess maybe he is like transforming his body to, but yeah. I think he's transforming to an ultimate demon form and getting ready to murder all of them.
I hope they don't Bigabise him, bro. If they Bigabise him, I'm gonna be mad.
I just feel like he's gonna get wings.
That's so different.
Look like a demon. You know what I mean? If you're like the original demon, you gotta look like a demon. So I just feel like that's coming out.
Wings. Or maybe he has like all the powers of the other demons. One of the two.
Game over. Because we only saw him do that like little like blood bramble thingy, where it was just like kind of like thorns and that was trash. So
remind me of Gachiakuda.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else, bro?
I just got one question for you.
What's that?
Bro, how they gonna do this? We got
they not
Giyu out, no sword. We got Tanjiro pretty much dead. We got Zenitsu still burnt, injured, and we lost a Hashira.
Yeah, I think, I think Giyu gonna have to get somebody else's sword somehow.
That's nice.
Because no way he just walks around with a half sword, bro. You know, it looked cool when he was like taking a knee. That's how he was sleeping.
Yeah, that's crazy. Obviously, I was like, yo, you don't lay down. Charge up. We got another demon in a few minutes.
But like, I just don't see a vision of like how they win this.
Yeah,
and that's good. I think that's good. Like,
I think it's good
because like I don't think we're gonna see Nezuko until the end of 2.
I think so too.
And then like after that, like depending on like if she actually becomes a human or not, like we're gonna have to wait and see. But you know, I don't see like, and I just don't know how they're going to recover because there's no hacks in Demon Slayer. Like there's no sensu being, you know.
Yeah,
they can't just eat a whole bunch of food and now they're back. You know, they can grow their teeth back like in One Piece. Like
Mm.
that's not how it works. So I don't know, bro. I don't know how they
Yeah,
do it.
they use a lot to just defeat 3,
Yeah.
and pretty much Doma, he barely
Bro, we didn't even
unlocked any.
talk about one yet. He just destroyed a room for no reason.
Was it him just grabbing his sword, or did he actually, like, unsheath
It
it
was so
and
fast we couldn't see it, bro.
so fast we couldn't see? Yeah.
Yeah. That's what happened. It had to happen, bro.
Yeah, 1 is gonna be ridiculous.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that.
I want to know the relationship.
Yeah, that's gonna be the best part.
Cause I'm like, bro,
We get the answers,
I
man.
want to know, you know? And we also didn't talk about this, but because you remember during the training, whatever, they was learning how to use their marks or whatever. But Giyu like showed his mark during the fight too. I was like, oh, he did it. He did it.
Yeah.
Because I forgot about that. I was like, oh, I forgot everybody got one.
Yeah.
You know? And then we didn't really talk about Tanjiro's new move yet with the
transparent world.
transparent world. Like I like the idea of it. I don't necessarily like him like kind of looking at himself like it was like 2 Tanjiros. And I was like, I guess that's a cool way of understanding like the flow state or whatever. But
yeah, kind of like a astral projecting, like they be doing in like Avatar and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I just really want to know how far it goes back on the lineage because of the whole.
And we know his dad go crazy. His dad just knows everything.
Yep. 2 chops. That's it. That's all it takes, bro. My thing is like, why he just now remembering that?
Yeah, that blew me. That was probably the one part where I was like, "Come on now, movie! Like, we just remember that now. You should have done that."
I'd never forget something like that, especially like the way all the versions of his dad that we have seen him being sick the whole time, and him being able to do that in one go. Everybody sleep like crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, I think that's all I got. Y'all just got to go see it at this point, you know?
Oh, must see in theaters. Like,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if you watch this on your phone or on TV when it comes out later, you'll miss a little bit. The sound of it was spectacular in the theater, shaking.
Nah,
the crows, bro. The crow. I thought the crow was next to us. I thought it was a person.
I thought somebody was making a joke, and I turned back, and nobody was like looking at us or did anything. And I was like, "Oh, that was the movie." I was like, "That's crazy."
And we saw it on IMAX, and it looked amazing. Like it looked spectacular, and I'm so glad we saw it on. So please go out and see it. It's definitely worth it. And see it again.
I might need some blue light glasses to watch that joint. So that joint was getting bright at some moments.
And we'll watch it again whenever it's free.
Yeah. But time has come, Chris.
Nice.
What are you giving Demon Slayer Infinity Castle out of 10? Let us know.
All right. Demon Slayer Infinity Castle Part 1. I don't think it's actually a Part 1, but they should label it Part 1. I'm gonna give it 11 out of 10. This is definitely the peak anime movie I've ever seen. 10 out of 10 movie. 10 out of 10. It's a must see. Even if you haven't seen even if you don't watch anime, I think there's enough story in here that you can kind of get the gist of it. Like they jump into an infinity castle with demons, and then they start slaying them. Like it's as basic as you can get. And if you're a fan of it, the animation just ramps up the manga to another level. Like it's just totally different. Like it's the same scenes, but man, did they spend time and effort to make this look beautiful. And you got all the big bads that it's just so interesting to finally see them at their peak.
Boss rush.
So, yes, boss rush. That's what it is. And I can't help but feeling this is gonna be a weird description. Watching this movie kind of remind me of when I watched like Avengers Endgame, where I was like, wow, this is really good, and I'm at the end of end of
Mm.
this series.
Not Infinity War?
No. And the reason
Mm.
why I'm saying that is because I feel like Infinity War is the next movie. I feel
Okay.
like the transition going into the last movie is like where everyone is gonna be like, this is untouchable. Like all anime movies have to be at this level, otherwise you can't get a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Because this one, it was that good. And we're talking about defeating upper 3, still not learning about the origins of upper 1, and
Mhm.
still Muzan barely in the dang movie.
Yeah.
So there's just no way you're telling me the next movie with us potentially defeating Doma
Mhm.
and 1, getting his full story, and Muzan finally getting revealed is not gonna be like peak anime magic. So I just feel like I watched Endgame all over again. I love it. Infinity Castle Part 1 is amazing. It deserves all the accolades it's gonna get because it's that good.
Mhm.
Uh, and I just feel like going into Part 2, it's gonna be fresh. It's gonna do that same thing, peak battles for a long time, and it's gonna be one of the most epic movies in 2 years. So 10 out of 10 for this. I'm definitely gonna watch it again. I'd love to go see it in our super extreme uh screen because we saw it in IMAX, so it's a little bit different. So just a
Yeah.
bigger screen.
Yeah.
Um And man, everyone go see this because it's
Mhm.
gonna take 2 years for you to see the next one, so just go see this one again. So,
Okay.
uh, what you giving this one, G? What's your score for Demon Slayer, the movie that you said you would not see after the last one?
I know. I know. Um, I would give it a 9 out of 10. I'll give it a nine
Nice.
out of ten. Mainly just because like of what I said prior of some portions of the movie being a little bit too long, and then just like I really think there's better things on the way. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to take away like there's problems that I have with the movie, but it's not enough to make me think like, oh, it's not like goated still. You know what I'm saying? It's still up in that upper tier of things I have seen. Cause like it's rare that I'm watching the movie and like my literally like have jaw dropping moments where I'm just like, I can't believe what I just saw. You know? Um, but hopefully after the next two movies, it'll feel better as far as like that big chunk of time. And it makes more sense later on why they kind of do stuff like that. But I just think like the storytelling side of Demon Slayer, I still just got a problem with, and I can't just like ignore it. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much why I gave it a 9. But I love the movie though. I love the movie. Um, I can't wait to watch it again, and I think I might have a new favorite character now after
Ooh,
seeing this.
ooh.
So, bro, it's Zenitsu, bro.
No, it's been converted.
Zenitsu might be my goat, bro. Zenitsu might be my goat. Cause I was not rocking with Tanjiro for a long
Yeah,
time,
yeah.
but then it was Giyu for a long time too. Well, he not really cut like I thought he was cut like. So
Yo.
I gotta call a spade, bro. Once you get your sword, bro, like what good are you for me now? You know. But I can't deny Tanjiro's greatness though. I just don't like his personality. You know. So that'll do it for that. Let us know what you thought of the Demon Slayer movie. If you did see it, in the comment section below, let us know what you would give a score for it, and then yeah, leave us a comment. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. Chris, what you geeked about, bro?
Man. That next Demon Slayer movie, man. There's nothing else to think about right now. There's nothing else to think about. Uh, ah, I don't know, man. I wasn't even lying when I said that.
Dang.
Uh, I might have to read ahead. That might be what I'm geeked about. I might have to spoil
Okay.
myself.
Dang.
We're gonna hit up the bookstore and we're gonna make a executive decision on that this weekend. Um,
Okay. Okay.
But show movie wise, man, is there anything I'm actually interested in right now?
That you haven't
Bro,
seen before.
I
Maybe.
might just go back into the anime bag for a little bit, you know? I kinda
Okay.
feel after Demon Slayer, I'm feeling the animes. I
Mm-hmm.
honestly might just go back to One Piece.
Mm.
Because
Good choice.
after this feeling, I'm seriously doubting, the Chainsaw Man movies gonna come close to what I just witnessed with
Bruh.
my eyes, that, maybe I need to catch up to One Piece ASAP
Yeah.
because I envision a future where they're gonna finish One Piece off in the theaters because
Mm-hmm. Of what they
that's
just
that
saw.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
And
like, that
I haven't
box
seen the
office,
numbers, but I'm sure it went crazy.
and my brain is just thinking dollar signs One Piece, dollar signs One Piece.
Yeah.
Yo, just drop that in there. Don't even worry about what you're doing. They
Mm-hmm.
gonna sit there. They gonna
Netflix don't
like it.
got a big enough bag.
To be honest, yeah. And if they did, oh, I'm gonna be
Mm-hmm.
sitting there on the couch when it goes live watching. So,
Mm-hmm.
uh, I don't know. I think I'm just gonna catch up on some animes. I gotta catch up to Fire Force also.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm just looking for any other animes that can potentially rival this. And I already know Chainsaw Man's coming out. I just don't think it has a potential of like Infinity Castle just because of the scope at where we're at. You
Yeah.
know, it's kind of like more like compared to like Mugen Train, that level
Mm.
compared to Infinity Castle. So
I didn't even know they was making
um
a movie.
that's for the next arc, pretty much. That's what they
Oh.
spend all their time on.
Mm.
But JJK, maybe JJK is a good option one day that they'll have a movie for it. But
I mean, they just
uh,
had one not
oh
too
yeah,
long ago.
for like the finale, you think they'll do
I don't know.
movies?
I'm just saying they did a prequel recently
Yeah.
within the
You
last
know
few
what?
years. So
That's what I'm geeked about. I'm gonna go watch that tomorrow.
okay, heard you.
What you geeked about, G?
Uh, I'd say first the long walk. I saw that today. Shout out homie B Hall who went and saw that joint today. And
What you think?
you know, what's his name? Stephen King.
Oh, that's a Stephen King movie.
It's a Stephen King movie. Um, yep, it's a Stephen King movie. But it's a book as well. The book came out it's a 1979 dystopian thriller novel. So I don't know when. So it was 1979 when it came out somehow. They're just now making a movie about it, and that joint was crazy. It was kind of
Damn, I gotta go see it.
it's got me thinking like, bro, Stephen King might be the GOAT, bro.
Dang.
You know, like I like
All
that movie a
right.
lot, but it's like it's one of those movies where I'm like, yo, like watching a car crash the whole time.
Dang.
So that's
I'm gonna go book it.
yeah, and it had a satisfying ending too.
Nice.
Um, and then other thing I'm geeked about is him. I keep seeing a whole bunch of trailers on that. I'm not trying to watch them, but they keep popping up everywhere, you know. And then I'm almost done. I gotta finish Gotcha Kuda episode today. I started it earlier. I didn't get to finish it. And then what else? I think that's about it, bro. Yeah. And just been busy, bro. I'm ready to chill out for a little bit. I'm ready for the winter arc to hit low key. I ain't gonna cap. Right? It's feel like a whole bunch of stuff going on recently. So and I'm geek for the final episode of season 4, bro. Episode 200. It's gonna be a good one. But other than that, that's pretty much it, bro. Pretty much it. So let us know what y'all geeked about in the comment section below. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button for more, and we'll see y'all next week. Stay geeked. Peace.
Later, y'all.